Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Friday, April 3rd, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold, and we also look at a couple of the yen pairs. As always, we start off with the dollar index because that basically tells us what to do on all the dollar pairs themselves. And with the fact that we are bouncing from this target zone I have right here, I do think the dollar needs to make a little bit of a bigger pullback. Now, my overall bias on the dollar is still very, very long. If we're talking about the DXY, I still think that it potentially some point later on this summer it's going to hit that 104 area, maybe a little above. But I think on the more short-term bias is actually down. I think it needs to make more of a three-way pullback before we actually get another wave to the upside. Most likely a pullback to this last impulse to move up. And if this really is a WXY, then this even could be a wave A, and it even could end up doing something like this, which would likely last several weeks and probably end up being a big corrective wave B. So anyways, going down to the 1 hour time frame. Today is non-farm payroll, but it is a bank holiday for most people. So by the way, happy Easter to everybody on Sunday. Many people have today off. It is a bank holiday. Now the US does not have any bank holidays today or on Monday. So non-farm payroll definitely could cause a little bit of movement. And if anything, any news comes out with Trump or the war, then that definitely obviously could cause movement also. I was kind of thinking, I mean, this is extremely sideways, as you can see. There's very, very, very little volume in the market right now, but I was thinking perhaps it was going to make a move up, and then maybe later on today, maybe if we do get some volatility, maybe we'll start a move to the downside for that A, B, C. The wave C, I think potentially needs to go down to the 61 or maybe even the 78%, or maybe even beyond if it really is a wave B, like I was explaining on the higher time frames. So let's take that information, apply it to the dollar pairs themselves, starting off with the euro dollar. If the dollar index is potentially going to go down, you would kind of expect us to potentially make another wave to the upside, which I still think is most likely. I still think there's a possibility it might go up and break this high right here before we potentially get another wave to the downside. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, definitely very impulsive down. So I was kind of thinking that maybe this was going to drift up to the 50% or so, and then perhaps start a move to the downside, and this was going to be like an A, a B, and a C. And then when the dollar does make its move down, hopefully this will start a move to the upside. We do have to be cautious. I mean, this could just be a motorway pullback, which is basically just an impulsive pullback, and then it just continues the uptrend from there. So we do have to be aware that it could have already completed a pullback, and it might just keep on going up. So moving on to the pound dollar, very, very similar analysis. I think the pound dollar also potentially could end up making another wave up, maybe to one of these fib levels, and maybe even make a break of structure before it does go down again. So overall, I mean, we do have to have a little bit of a short bias because obviously we're in a downtrend that hasn't been proven to be over yet. But because of the dollar index, we do think that the dollar potentially could go down. And if the dollar potentially goes down, then maybe this could go down a little bit too first, but then perhaps end up going up like that. The only reason why I say down is because then it would make more of a proper ABC before it actually ended up continuing the uptrend. If non-farm payroll, it really is a decent news event today, maybe it could make one of its spike reversals. Non-farm payroll is very famous for the spike reversal pattern at the news. Going to the Aussie dollar, kind of the same thing. I mean, a little different, but I think that this potentially needs to make a little bit of a bigger pullback. I think these bottoms right here could end up being tops. So potentially it could go up to the 50 to 61% before it ends up making another wave to the downside. I think we potentially do have some sort of a top right here on the higher time frames, like the daily and the weekly. It may not be an all-time top, but I think we do need to have a big proper pullback before we make another wave up. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I got my Fibonacci retracement from here to here because it kind of seems like maybe we will get a push down today, but that push down might just end up being a pullback to this move up. So maybe it'll just go down to one of these fib levels, and then while the dollar goes down, maybe this will end up making another move up. Perhaps it's a wave C on the higher time frames, like I just drew out on the daily, like an A, a B, and a wave C. So moving on to the US dollar CAD, back up to the daily time frame. Dollar CAD, I mean, kind of the same deal. You would expect to at least see a 38% pullback on this. So I mean, I kind of the same thing. I'm definitely still looking at this as likely making a pullback. This one kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3. Maybe we're in a wave 4 right now. Maybe this wave 4 will go down to like the 38%, but before it ends up pushing back up again for a wave 5. So taking it down to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, I have my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. Maybe this is going to end up pushing up again. Maybe it'll go up to the 78%. But I think overall it needs to go down to at least that 38% fib from the daily time frame. And this is likely going to be an A, B, C of wave 4, in my opinion, before we end up breaking up at the 38 or maybe the 50% for a wave 5. So definitely seems like that potentially is the most likely scenario on the US dollar CAD. So let's move on to the US dollar Swiss, back up to the daily time frame. Kind of the same deal as the dollar Swiss CAD, that is. You know, we have our Fibonacci retracement on the last impulsive up. This is very impulsive down, which makes you think that it would lead to another impulsive down before it ends up going back up, you know, making more of a 1, 2, 3-way pullback, kind of like these 3-way pullbacks that we've had in the past. So maybe it'll just go back down and retest the 61. Maybe it'll make a little bit of a bigger pullback, like a 78. But it does seem most likely like that is what's going to come out. So, anyways, going down to the 1 hour time frame, maybe it does drift up a little bit more today, hit the 78%, and then perhaps it will start to move to the downside for the wave C. Like I said, I think it would make way more sense for this to be an ABC correction on the daily time frame. So maybe over the holiday weekend, you know, today and then Monday, because Monday's obviously a holiday for many people also, we'll end up just making a very overlapping, very slow ABC pullback on the daily time frame. Moving on to gold. You know, gold also kind of seems like it perhaps could make another wave down. We got a nice impulsive down. We got several breaks of structure. You would expect this to be a wave A. You would kind of expect us to be a wave B. You would expect it to perhaps maybe go up and grab liquidity, maybe at the 61%, but then end up going back down for a wave C. I think gold is going to continue up on the higher time phase, like I was explaining yesterday. I think this is a wave A on the higher time frames. So I do think it is going to go up again, but I think we're likely to make a more proper pullback before we actually do go up again. We have to be careful with gold though, because it is in an uptrend and it could possibly just bounce, make higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and just keep on going up. If we do look at the daily time frame real quick, I personally think that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 type pattern for a wave A, and then it will probably make a wave B, and then it will probably make another wave up for a wave C, eventually probably going up and testing these highs. And this is going to be an A, and this is going to be a B. I think that gold is going to stretch out into an A, B, C, D, E pattern, some sort of a triangle on the daily to weekly time frame. So anyways, moving on to the US dollar yen. Dollar yen, I mean, it's hard not to continue to be bullish on this. I mean, there's really no proof whatsoever that it's going down. But if the dollar makes another wave down, you would kind of expect this to make another wave down also. Maybe it does end up making a higher low compared to this low right here and going back up. Maybe it breaks structure. You know, we are looking at all the yen pairs as possibly being very close to making a top. But the top that we're talking about is a weekly time frame top. When you say that you're close on the weekly time frame, you still could be a month, 6 weeks out. You know, close on the weekly time frame could be, you know, 4, 6, 8 candles, and we're talking about weekly time frame candles. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, you know, really this does look like an ABC, like I've been explaining the last couple of days. So I mean, there is definitely a chance that it just keeps on drifting up. If the dollar pushes down today, though, you know, perhaps this will push down. Whether it ends up being a pullback to just move up right here, that it just makes an ABC like this and just continues the uptrend, or whether it makes more of a bigger pullback like I was just showing on the daily time frame and goes down and grabs these lows and then goes up, I guess is going to be the question. If it does break to the downside today at the news, you could go short and hopefully learn and earn whether it's a wave C like this, or whether it just makes a small wave C, which would be a pullback to this last move up, and then it continues the higher time frame uptrend. So anyways, moving on to the euro again, back up to the daily time frame. You know, the euro yen, this whole move from here over is all very corrective. I still think there's a good chance eventually it will go down, but maybe it's going to go up to the 100% Fibonacci extension, grab this liquidity before it goes down. You know, this really looks like either an A or a 1, this looks like a B or a 2, and it looks like it needs to go down for a 3 or a C. But I think that the move up is likely not complete yet, so overall bias is definitely still long. So anyways, we're looking for longs. I definitely wouldn't really want to go long right here up against this high right here, but if it did make a move down, I would definitely be looking at that move down as possibly a possible, you know, possibly another entry to go long after the pullback is complete. So overall bias is definitely long on the euro yen. I think that potentially it's going to go up to that 100%, and the 100% is right around the 108 point, someplace between 108.2 and maybe 108.3 and a half area, someplace in there. You know, obviously there's going to be some pullbacks along the way, which is great news for us because those give us opportunities to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. And moving on to the pound yen, back up to the daily. Kind of the same thing on the pound yen, except for to me, this looks like a possible pullback. It looks like it might go like back up and test these highs before it goes down. You know, I still think that we might be getting close to a top, but like I said, this is a weekly time frame pattern in my opinion. When you're close on the weekly, it still could be 4, 6, 8 candles away, and we're talking about weekly time frame candles. So this thing could go up, you know, for another week or two, and then go down, and maybe even do some sort of a triangle or something like that before it actually does make the big drop. So anyways, going down to the 1 hour time frame, this is our Fibonacci retracement from here to here. I think that it potentially is going to go up again. Maybe it does go down before it goes up like this, you know, because this does look like an A, this looks like a B, and then it looks like it needs to make a wave C. So, you know, perhaps this is going to do something like this, A, B, C pattern, maybe up to like the 60 or the 50%, before it ends up continuing the higher time frame downtrend. Technically, the trend is down on the daily, but, you know, there's really no proof yet that it's making its big move down. So for now, we are definitely still bullish just because the higher time frame looks like it needs to push up before it pushes down. So, anyways, like I said, happy Easter this Sunday. And if you haven't done so already, definitely do check out my website. I do share every single trade I take with the group at the exact time of entry, and it gets you access to a great community on Discord. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.